It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, September 25th, 2019. That means there is exactly 96 days left in 2019 for you to make this year a year that you will remember forever. On a good note. And for all my sales and business people out there, that means you have exactly 4 business days, today, tomorrow, Friday, and then Monday, to close out September with as much business as you possibly can and hopefully run up the score on the results that you have already built up this month. So this morning, guys, we are going to talk about faith. I had a completely different topic to talk about this morning, but I was watching my friend Glenn Lundy's show this morning, hashtag Rise and Grind. If you guys are not following that man, you need to go over there and jump in that group. There's 27,000 and something people in there. As you guys may know, I took part in the Facebook Live-a-thon this weekend to support Rescue One Global, which is an organization that fights human trafficking, sex trafficking. And I was watching Glenn's show this morning, and it kind of sparked something in me, and I wanted to change. So I did all of these notes real quick between the last hour and now, because I felt like this is a topic that really could touch a lot of people. And so Glenn did a show this morning on hope, and there was a section in that show that had a video that talked about faith, or at least mentioned faith in that video. I didn't finish watching the whole show because something in that video really sparked me, and I thought that you guys could benefit a ton from hearing this message. And so this morning we're going to talk about having faith. So what is faith exactly? I think everybody has a different definition of faith, and we're going to get into that in a minute, but I want to say good morning to some folks. Trudy, good morning. Trisha, AJ, Dina, Patricia, thank you guys so much. Please share this out for me. Click that share button right now and share it out so that we can help other people start their mornings off. We got Dean Dio. He's out there in Old Bridge, New Jersey, holding it down for our company. I appreciate you, Dean. He's out there handling a big job for us, and man, he's doing a great job. So I appreciate you, man. I am back here at home, and happy to be here. So happy to be here with you guys. Please comment, share, like, tag somebody in the comments. I appreciate all your support and help with that. So what is faith, guys? I'm going to play you guys a video here in a second that I think summarizes a little bit of what one of the definitions you could have of faith. But I Googled the definition of faith, and it came up as complete trust or confidence in someone or something. That's one definition. The other definition is a strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. I want you to remember that last statement there. Based on apprehension rather than proof. Rather than proof being the key words, okay? So here's what I believe faith is. I believe that faith is your ability to see things that don't yet exist. Think about that. It is your ability to see things that don't yet exist. So whether that's a better version of yourself, whether that's a version of yourself that, is healthier, is more successful, is all of those things, you have to have faith to be able to believe that those things are possible. And so when you talk about that, when you talk about having faith and the importance of having faith in your life, without faith, and to Glenn Lundy's point on his show, without hope, what do we really have? It's really difficult, guys, to live life without faith and without hope. So we're going to talk a little bit about what faith will do for you in your life. what it will do for you personally, professionally, spiritually, and then what kind of impact having faith will have on the world. But first, I want to play you guys this video. Hang tight.
Mom.
Knox, this is not a movie.
He could do it. If he could do it.
This isn't a movie.
He believed in himself. And you can too.
Oh man, you gonna put it on me like that?
You can do anything that you want. You can get singing lessons, get a better job, make more money. You could be even like rich. You could live in the White House someday. You could be president.
Me?
Do what you want to do.
You're
It's
amazing.
not about it's not up to other people.
It's true.
It's up to you.
It's true. I love you.
What do you guys think about that? So Paula Tyler is on this stream right now, and she actually tagged me in this post yesterday. And man, just amazing, right? It's funny how the world works and provides you with the things that you need for you to have faith and then give that faith to other people. And so that video really touched a chord with me. Being a part of that Facebook Live-a-thon, that group of people raised over $100,000 in 24 hours, which gave that organization a grant for another $300,000. So $400,000 that organization got, and they were ready to give up hope. And I will share a video on. Actually, I shared it on my wall yesterday, but I'll share it. I'll share the link to the video that Glenn Lundy produced on the back end of that fundraiser about the whole story behind this organization and how that group of people, that 50-something people, I think it was, that spent 24 hours on Facebook Live to raise $100,000 to ultimately get those people $400,000, how that injected hope and faith into their life. And so I want to talk to you guys about what faith will do for you. And I wrote down a couple of bullet points that are real simple. What will hope do for you? It will allow you to continue when you feel like you can't. It will allow you to believe in others when nobody else believes in them. It will allow you to give people and yourself the energy to keep going through the toughest of times. And the last bullet point that I wrote down is what faith will do for you is pretty much everything you could possibly need in this world. Because without it, it's going to be a tough road. And so I want you guys to think about some of those things in your life that you have lost hope, or you have given up hope, or at times you have, felt like you couldn't make it. And you lost a little bit of faith. You lost a little bit of hope. And I want you to think about what having faith in those moments will do for you, what having faith will do for you personally. And maybe drop some comments on what you think faith would do for you in those moments where you felt like you didn't have it, right? What will faith do for you personally? What will faith do for you spiritually? I'll tell you what it does for me, guys. Having faith keeps me calm no matter what is going on in my life. And I just had lunch with two guys from my church yesterday. We're working on some things for the youth ministry over there. And I met with these two guys. And man, they're just amazing, amazing human beings. But what faith has done for me in that walk of going to church, meeting people within that church, connecting with other human beings, is it has allowed me to feel closer to God. It has allowed me to feel calm in my life when things seem to be crazy hectic. Anybody that's an entrepreneur, runs a business, even works in a business, it gets hectic, right? I mean, all of our lives get incredibly, incredibly hectic. And so what faith will do for you is it will allow you to Trisha posted something, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but it's, give those challenges over to God. Give those challenges over to your faith. And just let life run its course. You are there to run the course. You are not there to control the course. And so faith allows you the ability to stay calm when the heat gets to a level that most people can't handle. So what will faith do for you in your professional life? We talked about it a little bit, but it will allow you to guide people that are around you in those moments of craziness. It will allow you to guide them to a better place. It will allow them to have faith in your organization and in you that they may not have had in other places that they have worked or may not have had ever in their life. And so if you haven't ever really measured how much faith you have on a day-to-day basis? Have you ever been around somebody that didn't? The naysayers, the people that worry about everything, the people that are always telling you to slow down, pump the brakes, be careful, don't do this, you might get hurt. Those people can really slow down your progress in life, your path that God has set you on. They can slow that down, and they can slow down your ability to make an impact with other people. That's what this is all about, guys. There's a couple words that keep coming up pretty frequently, and it's fulfillment and impact. I talked yesterday at lunch with those two guys from my church. We talked long about impact and how we can make an impact and how people can steal your ability to make that impact, and how while it's guided by a higher power, it still takes your ability to move that forward. Your faith will dictate your ability to move forward and how fast you can go. If you keep pumping the brakes, it's going to take a lot longer to get there. If you have faith, it's like jet fuel in your tank. And last but not least on my list of questions here is, what will your faith do for the world around you? Let that one sink in for a second and think about what we're talking about. What will your faith do for the world around you, for the people around you? I can tell you this. As a leader in business, as a person who has chosen this path of being on here every single morning and talking to you guys, what I believe my faith does for the people around me, and when I say faith, I mean my belief, my hope, my positive energy, my ability to see the best in other people and see the best in the world and block out a lot of the bad things that go on to some degree. I think that it lifts other people up. Somebody just said it in the comments. Faith keeps me positive. It brightens it. It makes an impact on other people. It gives people, I feel like all of our jobs, guys, is to give people hope when they don't have any, to give people faith when they're going through a tough time. And I can tell you guys this, on my journey to get to this point in my life, and I can't even tell you guys, it's hard for me to share, my feelings about some of the messages that I've got just from doing this show, and the faith and the hope that this show and some of you guys who are watching have given to the people that watch. And you guys have no idea just the comments and the community that is created here in the mornings with 20, 30, sometimes 10 to 30 people that are watching this stream. The other day we had 30-something people on here live, and it continues to grow. But that community, guys, the realization that other people have hope, you don't realize how much hope that gives somebody else. You don't realize that people that are going through challenges that keep the faith give other people, even if you don't talk to them, just your story will give other people the hope and the faith to move forward. And so the impact that you having faith, that you digging deep and believing one more time, all the time. If you get knocked down 8 times, you get up 9. Just your ability to do that will change the world around you in ways that you can't even begin to imagine. And that, guys, I promise you, will give you every ounce of motivation that you need to continue moving forward regardless of the circumstances. Regardless of how tough it gets, regardless of how difficult it is, it will give you the motivation. You know why? Because it's not about you. It's about everybody else around you. It's about you, but putting other people first will always put more fuel in your tank. You tell me if you would stop for your children, or you would stop if it was just you, where would you stop first when you experience pain? I can tell you from my own personal experience, when it gets really tough, there's only 4 human beings on this world that I bring into my mind. And that is my wife and my children and my family, my mom, my dad, my brother. I bring all of those people that mean the most to me. My team at work, I will pull that energy to keep me going, to keep the faith, to keep me moving forward. And that is what keeping the faith is all about. It's about what having faith is all about. It is, there's nothing more important, guys. And that is why I switched what I was going to talk about this morning and switched it to this, because it was on my heart after I watched that show. I'm like, people need to hear this. They need to hear, because everybody has those moments every day where they have a decision to make. Do they lose hope or not? Do they lose their faith, or do they keep going? Do they smile and say, man, this is just part of the journey. I need to trust the process and keep moving forward. And I need to keep surrounding myself with better people. And I need to keep bringing positive energy into my life. And those people will help me keep the faith that will take my life to a whole new level. That little boy in that video, you guys think he had faith? Pretty sure he had faith. I'm pretty sure, I think it was his mom he was talking to. I'm pretty sure in that moment, he had more faith in his mom than his mom had in herself. But I bet you, after that conversation, after that video was done, that she felt a lot different. Because if he could believe in her, why could she not believe in herself? And so I want to say thank you to Paula Tyler. You know, she tagged me in that video and said that, you know, that reminded her of this show and reminded her of me. And so I'm incredibly grateful for all of you that tune in here and watch this show and try to, you know, not just try to make your own life better, but try to make other people's lives better, you know. And that is what this is about. You know, I get chills just saying that out loud. It's like, when you go out in the world, guys, what we're trying to build here is a group of people who hold the door, who say thank you, who, you know, give a stranger a hug that might need it. You know, look people in the eye, say hello. You know, this weekend I ran 13 and a half miles and through the city of Pittsburgh. And so there's tons and tons and tons of people. And I made it a point through those 13 and a half miles. I'm not sure how many people I encountered, but I said hello and I waved to every single one of them. Every single one of them. Why? Because you have no idea what those people were going through that day. And maybe that smile, maybe that hello makes a difference. And I would encourage you guys to do the same. I will end on this, guys. I know and feel the responsibility that I've been given by God to lift people up and help people. And whether that is, you know, in business, in life, having a phone conversation, a quick text message to let somebody know that I'm thinking about it, I have found a way to weave that into every single day of my life. You know, I've made it part of my mission is to do good every single day. Some days are better than others, right? But I have built my life around doing that. And that has allowed me, it has given me a lot of gifts by just little by little. And I don't even think that I realized that I was doing it when I was doing it, and how much of it was really coming into my life in what it was doing for me. But, what it has done for me over the last few years and the people that it has brought into my life, it has been incredible. It has been a gift beyond what I could describe to you guys. And I know that it is doing the same, and it will continue to do the same for all of you guys that take the time to do that. And it gives me the ability to do all of those things that I talked about earlier. It gives me the ability to continue when I feel like I can't. Carrie Ann Tobin is on here this morning, and for those of you guys who are following Carly's story, Carly's had a rough couple of weeks. She's been in the hospital. She's been fighting some, just not feeling well and being sick. And you're more susceptible to getting sick, when you're going through chemo and things like that. But what I know, Carrie Ann and her husband Matt have instilled into that little girl is faith and hope. She has a lot of it, and so do they. And it allows you to continue when you feel like you can't. And that is what doing this for other people and doing this for myself, just constantly being in that state of serving other people, it has allowed me to have that faith and to help people see through those challenges in their lives. And I will tell you guys, there's no feeling in the world like it. It's hard to describe, when you feel part of being able to help somebody, just a small piece of being able to help somebody keep going. It's a special thing. And so I would encourage you guys to weave this stuff into your life too. It allows me to believe in others when nobody else does, to allow people another chance that maybe deserve it. And sometimes in my life, I've given people tons of chances, and it turned out that maybe they didn't deserve it. But at the end of the day, guys, I feel a lot better having given people all the chances that they deserve than I would to make rash decisions and not have faith in people and not have hope in the people around me. It allows me to give myself and other people energy to keep going through the toughest of times. That energy, that sharing of energy, that plugging into other people and offering them your faith and your hope and your love in those moments that they need it is everything when that person is in that situation where they need it. And so I would encourage you guys to do that as well. And again, I'll wrap it up on the last bullet point that I wrote down that I read to you guys earlier. What having that kind of faith and doing for others will do is it will give you everything in life that you ever need to be successful, to have a great family, to have great kids, to have a great marriage, to have great friends, and to live the most fulfilled life that you could possibly imagine. And that is what I want for all of you guys. And I know that being together every single morning and starting our days off with inspirational messages and thinking about how we can make life better, how we can do it for each other. And man, it's just a great way to start my day. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I got people tuning in here new almost every single day. Brent Porter's a guy I worked with years ago who just tuned in. Man, I'm glad you found it too, brother. I'm happy to have you here. And I'll look forward to seeing you every single morning at 7:30, man. We're here rocking and rolling every single morning. We're starting our day off right. Turn the news off and turn this on, boy. Start your day with some gratitude. Amen, Trisha. Amen. Every morning, guys, I tell you, I wake up, I open my eyes, I put my feet down on the carpet next to the bed, I put my head in my hands, and I literally just thank God for giving me another day to experience my family, to live in this world, to share this with you guys. Think about it. Every day you get another chance, and don't ever take it for granted, guys. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please share, tag some people in the comments that you think need to hear this. Go over to iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Someday I'm going to make a complete list of everywhere this is. But if you listen to a podcast, if you listen to any podcast on any platform, I can almost guarantee you that this show will be on there as well. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please share this out. Let's try to get as many shares we have. The views on this show are going up and up and up every single day. The number of downloads on the podcast platform are going up every single day. So if you guys go over to iTunes, I think we've got 13 reviews right now. Let's try to get as many people over there to review it as possible. And please type something in there so people can read it. I think it means a lot more to people who would potentially listen. If you guys can take a minute to do that, I will give you a shout out on the show if you write a review. And maybe I'll send you something cool in the mail. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We will be right back here tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. on Morning Perspective. Love you guys.